I'll post mine. I was camping in the Rockies in mid-October a while back, and the first time I was actually scared of my mind. Decided to go camping overnight. Drive up mountain. After setting up camp, I go exploring. Close at dusk when I left, now pretty dark. No flashlight, cause clear night with moon. After a while, I stopped where I am and started to head back to camp because it's getting hard to see in the thick trees. Suddenly, complete silence. That silence that feels like the air is solid. No insects, no outdoor sounds, no leaves, nothing. Every hair on my body is standing up. Stopped dead in tracks. Absolute quiet. Stuffy, suffocating quiet. I see the leaves rustle on the ground, but don't hear it. Suddenly I smell it. Like gallons of blood mixed with coins that have been in your hand for a long time. Tastes in my mouth too. Metallic, rusty taste. It's so strong. My goosebumps have goosebumps. I am as tense as I've ever been. Deep, instinctual fear, like nothing I've ever felt, goes down my spine. Know something's watching me. Something big and powerful. Stay still for hours, it seems like, all the while knowing it sizes me up, knows I'm there. Take rifle on my back. I always have a gun with me when I'm outdoors. Have rifle low ready. Suddenly, big snap behind me to my left. Fired twice at the spot where I heard it. Hear fucking eerie growls in the trees about 35 yards away from me. Can't tell whatever it is big. I know what bears and cougars sound like, and the feel when they are hunting you. This is totally different. Fucking book it back to camp, where my truck is. Hear it follow me. Run, run, run. I'm fucking dying trying to crash into anything in the dark. Luckily, the moon's out. After running slash stumbling for fucking ever, I'm back in my truck. Leave the tent and supplies. Fuck 'em. Drive off the mountain that night. Go back the next afternoon. Tent is rags. Food slash supplies have been ransacked. The latches are open on containers. It wasn't an animal that did that. It had hands.
GF. Acting erratically. Begin to fear for my life. Put handguns in bag. Take it to parents' house. Discreetly stash it behind some boxes in the attic, just as a precaution. Sometime later, she asked me what happened to the guns. Tell her I took them to the weaponsmith to get them fixed. She asked me how I can tell that they needed fixing if I haven't fired them in years. Trying to bullshit her. Saying I tried loading a magazine and found out they couldn't eject due to impact dust. She knows I'm lying, and don't trust her, but she doesn't push the issue. I realize, there's nothing stopping her from trying to stab me while I sleep. Routinely check under the mattress and near the bed for knives. Have to resist the urge to fall asleep until she starts snoring. I sincerely hope none of you ever know this feel. B-15. Parents threw me out of house at midnight for finding drugs in my room. Like I give a fuck died in P4. Pack my backpack and get a sleeping bag. It's summer, so sleeping outside is no problem. Find a lonely spot in the industrial part of town. Put sleeping bag down on the edge of parking lot that borders the building. Cozy little alcove. Go to sleep. Bit spooky being so alone and quiet, but fall asleep. Wake up to hear liquid pattering down on my sleeping bag. Fuck Rain Man. Wait, I'm in the alcove. How can it be raining on me? Poke head out of sleeping bag. Some guy is pissing on me. What the fuck are you doing? Yell at him for being a creep. Get out of the sleeping bag to kick his ass. He runs off like a goddamn Kenyan. Fucking piss-soaked sleeping bag. God damn it. Wait. This doesn't smell like piss. It's lighter fluid. The Grand Cavern Cryptids. This photo was taken in 1995 by an amateur spelunker/photographer named Orrin Jeffries while exploring on a mapped section of the Grand Caverns in southwestern Virginia. At the time it was taken, Jeffries was conducting photographic experiments, using super long exposures to see if anything at all could be captured in a total absence of light, otherwise known as cave darkness. He would seclude himself on level ground, extinguish his lantern, and open the lens of the homemade box camera for as long as he could stand the darkness. During one of his experiments, he heard something approach from the deeper recess of the cave. Frightened, Jeffries abandoned his experiment and set off one of his bleacherous flashes used for taking traditional photos underground. According to the report he later gave to the local newspaper, Jeffries saw 3 humanoid creatures staring up at him from the shadows and took off running in the other direction and didn't stop until he was topside. Several days later he returned with 3 other men to retrieve his box camera. This is the image that was recorded on the film inside. On my daughter's birthday, I got her a set of pastels and a notebook, among other various toys. She loved them, and immediately went on scribbling some drawings in a notepad. Like any proud parent, I put a few of them on the refrigerator. She drew things like the family cat, our house, her grandmother, my mother-in-law, and the goldfish. His name is Fishy. However, she started to draw some rather grim-looking pictures, featuring a purple-clad witch or whatever she is. Apparently her name is Barbara. Neither I nor my wife know anybody named Barbara. I asked who she was, and she told me she's the lady that watches me sleep. I was dumbfounded. I asked her, "What do you mean? She watches you sleep?" She replied, "Yeah. She sits next to my bed every night and watches me until I fall asleep." This got me very concerned, not only for the safety of my daughter, but for the well-being of my wife and another child as well. I have a newborn. That same day, I went out to the local hardware store and purchased security cam equipment. I installed it all around the perimeter of the house and put 2 cameras facing my daughter's window. At this point, I thought it might be one of those local vagrants peeping at my daughter. Since I don't live in the best neighborhood, this was entirely a possibility. We do have a few crazies that stay under the bridge nearby and take drugs. The next day, I asked my daughter if she saw Barbara that night. When she told me that she did, I went right to the security camera and reviewed the footage. I saw nothing. I had to be sure, so I went over it again, this time slower. Still nothing. It was then that I decided to set up security cameras inside of her room. I didn't tell her about it. Then I waited. The next morning, sure enough, she told me that she had seen Barbara again. Upon viewing the footage, I saw nothing unusual. You cannot imagine the feeling of relief that swept over my body. I felt as everything was going to be alright, and I could put this whole Barbara mess out of my head. That was until my daughter came up to me. What she told me shook me down to my very core. She told me that Barbara was angry at me. She said that Barbara doesn't like being watched. She said that Barbara is going to hurt me if I don't stop watching her. These are pictures of Barbara. Two months ago, about 2 a.m., I'm alone. Husband is working night shift, about to go to bed. Decide to take dog out first. There's an empty lot bordering the woods behind us. Take dog over there to poop. Dog poops and we head back to the house. Lights are on in the house, so we have large windows in the back. Just as we enter the backyard, the dog stops. I look. I see something in the house. Lanky and white human-looking thing, not wearing any noticeable clothing. Bizarrely shaped, kind of deformed. Too tall. Much taller than my 6'7" husband. Looks standing in the same area of the house. Panic. double back and through the gate. Run down the area between the houses until I find an unlocked gate. Go through the neighbor's backyard. Go around the front. 4 houses down from mine. Bang on the door. Neighbor comes to the door. Not sure what I should tell her. Tell her I think someone is in my house. She knows me pretty well. She lets me in and to call the cops, 911, and tell them I think someone broke in. Call my husband and tell him. He says he's coming home. Police arrive. They have me wait outside until they check the house. They don't find anything. They find stuff out of place though. The coffee table had been moved. The couch was standing on its end, kind of like the center of the floor, had been cleared. Back door was standing wide open. I had, of course, closed it when I went out. Not sure if I locked it, but I had my keys in my pocket, so I probably did. Police stayed around the house the rest of the night, driving up and down the street. Husband didn't sleep. Dog sniffed every inch of the house. Eventually peed and threw up several times. Wouldn't sleep downstairs in his bed anymore after that. The whole experience was beyond creepy. I don't want to suggest it was necessarily paranormal or unexplainable, but it was very scary, and I still feel very uneasy in the house, day or night. Wife asked me to go camping. I hate the idea. She's excited though. Sure, why not? We drive to a secluded bit of land her grandparents own. Spend hours setting up the tent and campsite. We get ready. Go hiking. It rains a little. We get a little wet. We double back. Get back as it gets dark. Make a fire. Wife is getting a little low energy. We eat and talk for a while. Decide to go to sleep. Inflate mattress. Double sleeping bag. We get in together. She's shivering. I ask if she's okay. I'm fine. She keeps shivering. I don't feel good. You said you were fine. I don't want to ruin our trip. Oh boy, we gotta go home. Feel her face. She's pretty hot. Well, I guess it won't be any fun if you don't feel well. I think you may have a fever. I guess. Let's go home. Get up and get to the car. Start it and turn on the heat. Start packing our stuff. In the tent, deflate the mattress. The horn beeps. I run out and over to the car. She says there's someone around our camp. She said they were crawling. As soon as she saw them move and was sure it was someone, she beeped the horn. Can't tell she's upset. Don't believe her though. Tell her to relax and go back to packing. Gather everything outside the tent. Step back and roll up the mattress. Hear her yell my name. Sounded like it came from the woods. Why is she outside the car? Hear, help, X, my leg is bleeding. Rush out. Glance at the car. She's asleep in the seat. Wave of fear. Hear something yell again. Help me. It sounded like her, but somewhat off. Too raspy and deep. Take down the tent. Just roll it up and shove it in the car. Left a few things. Got the fuck out of there. Drive a little fast. Wake up wife and have her put her seatbelt on. Get home and ask her to tell me what she saw. She said it was white. Thought it was a naked person crawling behind some trees. She saw them stand up again, the tree, and she beeped the horn, and dropped down and ran.
Shared experience with my little brother. Had a few other experiences as well, but nothing like this one. Be 12 years old. Find out that Transformers 2007 is going to be on TV at 11 p.m. on a school night. Want to watch my little brother? Ask mom. She says no. We'll see about that. .png. Device playing with my brother. Pretend to go to sleep. Wait till parents are asleep and get out of bed. Tell my brother to close all the doors and turn on the TV while I prepare snacks. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. .jpg. Don't hear TV being on. God damn it. .png. Walk into the living room and see my brother frozen in place, staring at something. Hey, what's wrong? Notice it. See a pitch black entity with white face and red eyes. with its head peeking out just behind the couch. It suddenly drops beyond the couch. Stand there for a couple of seconds. Walk slowly into kitchen. Take knife. Crouch walk with knife in hand to couch. Peek behind couch. Nothing. We didn't watch Transformers that night. Be me at 16. A friend invites me to smoke. Friend suggests we go to a cunt. I don't know where it is, so I agree and follow. We walk across the town and stop at an abandoned house by my old middle school. Instant bad feeling. There was a lot of rumors about the house. The home's owner allegedly killed himself. A girl from other school went missing some years prior. Last seen by the house. I'm really already creeped out, but want to get high, so I go in anyway. The inside is dark. All the windows and doors are boarded. We had to get in and out by climbing through a hole in one of the walls. Graffiti and broken glass everywhere. We sit and emit that debris and smoke. While we're there, I can hear noises from inside the darkness. Scratching, creaking. We shine our phone light down the dark hall, but something weird happened. The house was small, but the darkness inside was deep. The hallway beside the room where we were looked at went on forever. More noises, more scratches, louder than before. I'm starting to freak out, but say nothing because my friend would talk shit. My friend says we should explore the house. We? Okay. See if there's anything valuable in it. I am at my limit. Too creeped out. I made up an excuse and I say I need to go home, and we leave. While we're walking back, I asked if he heard the sounds in the house. What noises, man? I didn't hear anything. I dropped the matter, and we part ways. Neither of us went back to the house again after that. Be me. 17 years old. Can't say that word, so Canadian lad. Mini lad? Be outside with the boys, walking at dusk. Two of the fellas at home, leaving me and my best friend. It looks abandoned, and there's an old car near it. Looks like it's from the 50s. So us being Fallout fans, decided to go check it out for fun. Bad decision.exe. We get to the thing, and it's kinda in the field. Smells like rot. The car was neat though. Something scrapes the wall next to us from the inside. Being idiots, we egg each other on and go check it out. We open the door and go inside. Rot smell is even worse. There's a room to the left of us where we heard the scraping. We open the door. Room is filled up with decaying, half-eaten deer. Friend catches a glimpse of a fucked up leg going into the ceiling, like something was climbing up there to hide. We get the fuck out. We haven't been back there since, but a bit ago, or some kid, disappeared right near the area. He still hasn't been found.